beautifuls, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Mystic Destinies Serendipity of Aeons. We are going to load this here. We're going to ignore it and see what happens. But I ignore it and focus solely on untangling the mess in my mind and separating the web from his soul. I can't tell the exact purpose of it all, but it feels like Shizuka put some sort of metaphysical net over Yasu to capture his soul. Just what was she trying to do? As I touch the tangled construct, I get the odd feeling that time almost comes to a stop. It's like it loses all meaning. I draw from myself and the web begins to respond at my touch. It slowly unravels itself under my will. As it falls apart, it disappears, fading away completely. Somehow I know that the construct only responded to me without lashing out because it really did belong to Shizuka. It felt so much like me that I had no doubt about it. Oh, okay. Better choice. As the very last strands holding onto Yasu disappear, I open my eyes and take my hands off of him. Breathing heavily, I can feel the sweat of my brow. Woof! I did not want to hear that death sound ever again. The world and all my senses come back into focus once again. I look down at Yasu, praying that everything went well. Did it work? Yasu. Oh my love! He's awake! He's so beautiful! He looks so mysterious and beautiful all at once. Oh, you're so beautiful. Everyone's so beautiful in this game. Yasu's eyelids flickered just slightly and I gasped in relief. The minute his eyelids moved, struggling to open, his mom and dad rush over to him. I only get to see a glimpse of his violet eyes before his mother is hugging him and his father is blocking the view. With my job done, I let my gear crystal turn off with a single thought. I step back and watch the scene unfold with a smile. Did a bright flash of light happen when I switched my gear? I did it. I brought Yasu back to his family. I'm so happy. I can't wait to tell Takumi. I almost killed him. I almost killed Takumi and Yasu, but thankfully, we have a load point. Yasu tries to use his voice, but whatever he wants to say comes out only as a series of raspy gasps. Jinsul, get the nurse! Jinsul seems unusually flustered and runs to go obey Nyoko. And seeing the happy reunion, I feel rather out of place, so I quietly walk out of the room too exhausted. That took a lot out of me. I look around the hall for somewhere to sit down. Only Naoki really knows what sort of magic I actually used for this. I can't really imagine telling anyone. Death and chaos combined into one. Yeah, I can already see how well that would go down with people. I sigh. I used up a tiny piece of my soul to wake him up. But it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. To see Mr. and Miss Arai happy like that, and if Taku was here, he'd be ecstatic about it too. Just need to actually find him to tell him that his brother is awake. A nurse almost passes by me, but she stops and double backs to me. Are you okay, dear? You look rather pale. I shake my head and give her a little smile. Thank you, but I'm fine. It's just stress. The nurse smiles back at me kindly. Just remember that you can ask someone to look at you if you start feeling worse, okay? Oh, you're such a nice nurse! After I nod, she continues on her way. Huh, I wonder, if I keep doing this crap, can I end up as a literal zombie since I can't die? I hear faint footsteps behind me and a familiar voice calls out to me. Hey! Oh, Jinsul. You're so gorgeous. I was kind of hoping for Takumi, but you're just as good. I spin around to see Jinsul. He carefully examines my face. You alright? I nod, a little too hard perhaps. Yeah, the whole thing just took a little bit out of me. Even though you didn't do it for me, I want to thank you for waking up Yasu. I manage to smile and nod again. Did you need something? I might have found a lead on Takumi. Really? Suddenly my vision blurs for a moment and I press my hand to my head, swaying. You might think that you're fine, but you look very ill. You should go home. We'll talk more later, when I have more information. Do you want me to take you home? I shake my head. No, I'll be fine. You should help with Yasu. I'm sure his parents will appreciate the support. If you're sure, call me if you run into any trouble. Anything at all, okay? I feel far too exhausted to even attempt to argue. Somehow I manage to nod and we part ways. I hope I can make it to Aurelia's before I pass out. A few days have passed. Those few days have been spent feeling anxious over Takumi, or rather the very noticeable lack of him. Aurelia hasn't just let me stay in bed, however. She's been making me practice some basic self-defense with her or study up on my magic. I practiced a few new spells, but I can't know if I'll be able to do them correctly until I'm actually fighting. Today, I've been awake for a while, but I still can't find it in me to get out of bed, even though I know Aurelia might come make me. Sad. I sigh and turn over, my feet tangle in the bedsheets, but I can't find it in myself to care. I know that thinking about him is pointless right now, as I haven't been able to get back in contact with Jinsul. And I only just started feeling like I'm not going to drop from exhaustion any minute. My mind slowly drifts as I look out the window. Why did Shizuka put Yasu in a coma? Why was she in contact with Okuras? Was she just evil all along? My phone rings, interrupting my train of thoughts. Then, I quickly turn back over to grab my phone. The name Jinsul Moon flashes on the screen. I nearly drop my phone trying to answer it. Hello? Hey, I need to talk to you in person. Okay, sure. Where do I... Come to the hospital. To Yasu's room. Okay. I'll see you soon. I end the call and jump out of bed to get ready. Although curious as to why we were meeting here, I got dressed and made it over to Yasu's hospital room as directed. It's morning now? Jesus. I opened the door into Yasu's room and stopped completely stunned. Oh my god. He looks so good. I mean, all these guys in here are so good looking. A vaguely familiar tall man stands in front of the windows. His black hair is styled to absolute perfection. Every single strand of his hair seems to be deliberately placed just right. How do you do that? He's working on fixing his cuffs on his expensive-looking suit as he looks down at Jinsul, who's sitting at the edge of the hospital bed. I gotta say though, I would totally go for Jinsul over Yasu. Yeah, they're both good looking though. I think Jinsul for me looks a bit cuter, but Yasu looks a bit more manly. Both good looking. They turn to look at me and I'm suddenly struck by how handsome this stranger is. Only, it's not a stranger at all. Yasu. Yasu is no longer the sickly, gaunt-looking Yasu, but a built, strong, and sturdy-looking man. Man, what did they feed you in this hospital? The Yasu standing before me looks so completely different from when I saw him just a few days ago that I don't know how to react. Am I seeing things? Did I finally lose it? Hey, Michiko. Well, he has vampire teeth. I was gonna say he looks like a vampire, but I didn't want to assume. Is he a vampire? Or did he? Oh, he got turned into a vampire, right? If I remember correctly. He finally came to see me. Feeling better? Whatever words I do try to come out as incoherent noises instead. I know, right? I would do the same. So good looking. Yasuhiro finishes fixing his suit and walks right up to me. I find myself looking at him, still unable to get myself out of my shocked state. Was he always this tall? Yasu smiles down at me, that kind smile that always made me feel so calm and safe when I was younger. There's something different about him. And it's not just the fact that he's somehow gone back to looking like he was never in a coma in the span of a few days. Something I can't quite put my finger on, something strange and different, yet somehow weirdly familiar behind his eyes. A vampire. You're surprised to see me like this. He chuckles. Not that I blamed you. Even my parents were surprised by the speed of my recovery. As it turns out, getting turned into a vampire really helps with that sort of thing. A vampire? I can't catch up with everything I'm seeing, hearing. My brain doesn't want to understand this turn of events. Yasuhiro nods, an odd smile playing on his lips. Not exactly my first choice, but preferably over dying in some dingy alleyway alone. And anyway, it's useful, so I'm not gonna complain. Suddenly he moves in even closer, taking my hands in his big ones. I feel so small like this. Thank you, Michiko. Yasu's smile turns wider, and I can see his face glint in the last rays of the setting sun. I'm told that it was you who woke me up. And when you came in, I felt it. The same kind of gentle energy that reached out to me back then. Wait. He can sense me? How? I'm not entirely sure I want to know the answer to that. You've grown up so beautiful. I really missed a lot. It's strange to suddenly see you like this. Feels like yesterday that I saw a teenage girl in front of me. Well, it basically was for him. My lips twitch into a smile. In my heart, I feel for him. To wake up after years and as something entirely different. It must definitely feel far stranger than Yasu is willing to admit. And it's the moment that it finally clicks. Yasuhiro is as handsome and suave, right, as ever, but my heart just doesn't pound for him like it used to. Someone clears their throat in Yasuhiro and I turn to Jinsul. Jinsul nods towards the door when we finally realize that Nyoko and Tsurumatsu have just walked in. Yasuhiro calmly steps away from me and turns to greet his parents with a smile. Mom, Dad, it's good to see you. Oh, Michiko, you're here. Good, Tsurumatsu and I wanted to thank you. You've brought our son back to us. There are never going to be enough words to properly show our gratitude. And Jinsul clears his throat again, drawing everyone's attention to him. I apologize for interrupting, but there is something urgent that I need to tell everyone. I'm fairly certain I found Takumi, and I believe he's with Azucena. Excuse me, what? I feel a lot of mixed emotions, but mainly relief. Wait. What if what's his name again? Takumi. I was gonna say Tatsuya. I said Tatsuya last episode, didn't I? Oopsie. What if Takumi turns himself into a vampire? Yasuhiro looks just as shocked, so I can make a safe guess that he already knew about his little brother's disappearance. I don't know what's going on, but the trail Takumi left. It was careless, and anyone could tell he was looking for her whereabouts. It doesn't bode well. Everyone in the room is grimly silent, not knowing whether Takumi is dead or alive. And then suddenly I snap myself out of it and clench my fist. Well, we've just gotta go find out what happened then. Even if it isn't... Even if it is into a territory. Wow, Michiko. I don't know what happened, but you've really changed. I shrug. I guess I have. Well, I don't like it going, but Jinsu told me you've been fighting this whole time, so... Yasuhiro is like so cute and he's so caring. Who am I to judge? I've been lying in the damn bed this entire time. Instead of complaining, I'll back you up. Oh, are you coming then? Are you sure they can still fight? What? I've never been more battle ready in my life. And anyways, skills like mine are not something you forget, no matter how long you sleep. So of course I'm coming. Like hell you aren't! We just got you back! But Mom, can I really just leave my baby bro like this? Oh, baby bro. I swore that I would always protect him, but I failed. I got stuck in this damn bed for years, and he had to go through so much as a result. He risked everything to help me this entire time. I can't just leave him. Miyoko starts to sob. She tries to cover her face as her whole body shakes. Tsurumatsu goes to her, pulling her into his arms. He holds her close to him. Yasu looks away. He continues to speak, though his voice is much lower than before. I'm not human anymore, Mom, so you don't have to worry about me. Nyoko chokes back another sob, and I look away along with Jinsul. I feel so awful that Nyoko has had to suffer so much because of Azucena, and possibly Shizuka. That all of them have, that I have. She tried to murder me. I will end this once and for all. Azucena is never going to stop coming after them, not then. And it's high time this the bitch paid her dues. It's overdue, bitch. I turn back to face Nyoko. I'm so sorry that all of this has happened, Miss Arai, but I promise that I'll take good care of both your sons. And I'm never letting Takumi go again, once I find him. Nyoko tries to put a brave face and smiles, and I pretend like I don't see the tears still running down her cheeks. I feel better knowing you're going, Michiko. Men can be so hopeless without women. And there's no one I trust more with my sons than you. Please take good care of them. Despite the tears, her words warm my heart. I smile and nod, remembering that how she's always made me feel accepted into her family. If we're going, then we should go now. It's best we won't delay this any longer. We might not have any time to lose. Jinso and I give a nod. With that, Yasuhiro, Jinso, and I walk out of the room together, leaving the Arai parents behind. Chapter 12. Clash in the Underworld. I really do not remember how many chapters there are. I think maybe 13. Jinso, Yasu, and I stride down the Yoro Street with me in the middle. Jinso quickly explains to us about Azucena's hideout. Just storming it right now would be suicide and completely idiotic, so we need to prepare before we go in. Makes sense. Do you still have that weapons cache hidden away? It feels so weird walking between two detectives like this. Listening to them talk about pulling off a rescue mission. Feels like I'm in some movie. Nothing about my life has been even remotely normal since that day. There's been danger at every turn, but right now I feel safe. There's something about these two together like this that makes me feel confident that we can do it. Oh, but there is something. Hey, Yasu. Yasu glances back at me. Yeah, what's up, Michiko? Can you explain what exactly happened up till now? I just realized I don't know your side of the story. It's a really long story. There's no time for me to tell the whole thing, so I'll just explain what happened on the last day. Basically, I was getting too close to Azucena's secret and someone found me out. The way he smiled sends a chill down my spine. I still don't know who exactly, but I'll find out more later. And pay them a little visit. Anyway, Azucena sent June to finish me off. I was a little surprised that she didn't come to do it herself. What better way to make sure the job is done, right? But I guess she thought it might be ironic to send the guy who helped me out on numerous occasions instead. Wait, what? June helped you? He nods. There are a few people who hate Azucena more than Junechi does. That much should be obvious to anyone. I almost walk right into a passerby at what he says. I step out of the way right in time. What? That makes no sense. If he hates her so much, that does explain why he calls her rude names all the time, I guess. But still, if he hates her so much, why does he work for her? She's always had something over him. What, though, I can only guess. It's not something he's ever shared with me. That still doesn't excuse the attempt murder on his part. Yasu sighs. Well, knowing that, I should have seen it coming. I'm sure Azucena had a good laugh at sending Junechi to do all her dirty work. No matter how skilled I was still only human then, and June happens to be a powerful vampire. There's a reason people don't mess with him for the most part, if you don't count Azucena, that is. So when he attacked me, I knew that that may well be my end. After a short fight, June finished it by biting me. The way he looked down at me, I think he regretted it, but in the end he left me there to die. I thought I was going to die right there, all alone in some trash-filled alley. But a very familiar woman in red appeared before me then. My mom, Shizuka. Yasuhiro nods. She seemed sad. She even apologized for being too late. She said she would do what she could for me. The last thing I remember is her glowing green eyes. I was so confused as to why she was there, but I felt I could trust her in that moment. Ah, so that's what happened then. My investigation had indicated that a powerful sorceress had dealings with Azucena. If it was really her who put me into the coma, then she gave me a chance to change into a vampire instead of dying. She saved me. But it also means that she had something to do with the disappearances that I was originally looking into. I have no idea what to think. She helped Yasu, but then she was working for or with Azucena. And yeah, I had no idea what the fuck to think anymore. I pushed those thoughts away for now. Instead, I focused on getting my whatever Takumi is to me now back to safety. Whatever this guy is. Knowing that we had to prepare, suggest that we go to Aurelius and talk to her too. Talk to her to see if she could do anything. But when we get to her place, we see Naoki already here, talking to Aurelia. Both of them turn to us as we walk in. Man, Aurelia, you be having lots of guys up in here. And she's not phased anymore. She's like, whatever, okay. Every day is a different set of people. I'm not Junichi. I'm his twin. So you can go ahead and stop glaring now. Twin? Yeah, he's a cute twin. The other one's like the bad boy twin. He also goes quiet for a moment, looking pensive. For a small moment, I wish I could just read his thoughts. Then he looks at Aurelia with a smile. Long time no see, Aurelia. They know each other? That's an understatement. I'm glad you're back safe. Why are you here, Okura? Apparently losing patience, Jinso cuts through the greeting between old friends. Junechi has gone missing. What? I believe that he is wherever Takumi Arai is. Oh, then I guess we gotta work again. Together. Yasuhiro and Jinso look thoughtful. I decided to take the moment of silence to chime in. Why don't you come with us then? It looks like Taku is where Azucena is, so that's where we're headed. We could always use more people. Especially strong ones. Hold up. Yes, that makes sense. Yasu, shh. You haven't been here for a couple days, okay? Years, in fact. You don't know what's going on. I was going to go find him anyway. If they've truly taken June, they're likely no friend of mine anymore. I'm not the type to wait around and get attacked. If it's your family, why are they attacking Junechi then? The Kura family is the largest vampire family in Japan, but the Mafia is just a small part of that whole. A part I really have anything to do with. I guess Junechi takes care of that. As for your other question, I can only assume that Azucena doesn't give a damn that we're part of the family. She's either trying to lure me into a trap knowing I'd come after June, or she is simply trying to torture or kill Junechi. Miyoki's face becomes dark at this last sentence, and I'm suddenly very aware that he's a powerful vampire. A powerful one that we'll see in the next episode. So thank you guys for watching, stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.